And then I read the book, Building Wealth One House at a Time by John Schaub.
My favorite as well.
And I was just like, that's really it? One house, 10 years, pay them all off and you're done? And I did it in half that amount of time.
Hey there, I'm Chad Carson. You can also call me Coach. Welcome to Coach Carson TV, which is all about real estate investing, achieving financial independence, and doing more of what matters. I'm now going to take you to a clip from an interview with Norris. He's with Property Radar, a data company for real estate investors, also a longtime real estate investor, grew up in the business of flipping and buying rental properties and hard money lending. So a wealth of knowledge about real estate investing. I think you'll enjoy the topics we get into. I'll take you there right now. If you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the little bell so you don't miss anything. We have new videos that come out every Friday morning. I think you'll enjoy them. Now, on to the interview. I would love to dig into that idea of the small investor. They're interested. Maybe they went to a seminar. Maybe these days you listen to a podcast and you're like, okay, this is cool. I'm interested in this. How do you find yourself as a small investor, and particularly with the lens of data? Because I think, instead of just going with the latest, greatest thing, like let's just take an avatar, an example person of one of a small investor who wants to buy a couple rental properties. And let's put them anywhere in the country. They're in Illinois somewhere, and they decide, hey, I want to start investing in real estate. What kind of data would you start looking at as that new investor who knows they want to buy rental? They just really need some focus.
Well, I actually wouldn't focus on the data first. There's a simple process that I found I started doing a few years back called the investor roadmap. And it's just a process that I came up with because it was really frustrating, because I hate when people wouldn't pull the trigger. I can throw as much data at you. That's what the Norris Group was best known for, was data. And Property Radar is actually almost too much data. It becomes overwhelming. So without real clarity on who you bring to the table, and this is what I do. The investor roadmap is 5 things. It's introvert or extrovert, how much time you have to be in the business, how much money you have to be in the business, how much experience you have, and what experience you have. I'll give you a great example of this. About a year ago, I was on the phone with somebody in the insurance company, in the insurance industry. And he's an extrovert, he's a sales guy, and he'd been doing flips for years. And he's like, Aaron, I don't know what to do. And I'm like, okay, well, we went through, the roadmap that he actually called me to do this with him. I'm like, I don't get to talk about this very much, but you're in the insurance business, right? He's like, yeah. I'm like, do you have anybody who can give you leads on burnouts? And he's like, I can't believe I hadn't thought about that. I was like, that's a unique track just for you. Sometimes I talk to people about what they're passionate about. Is it seniors? Is there a category? Because data has a lot of different segments. There's property data, there's people data, what gets you excited and motivated. I would hate to plug you into a strategy where you just hate your life. So I speak nationwide right now, and this is actually what I do. It's pulling different data sets based on these sort of avatars, if you will, of investors, trying to inspire them to see themselves in the data. So if you're an extrovert that is completely new, who's willing to drive around 15 extra minutes every day to sort of drive for dollars, I can back data into that. Maybe you're super analytical, very introverted, and you got zero money as well. Okay, I got a strategy for that. It's just about you putting deals together. How about lot splits? How about identifying projects that are great for accessory dwelling units and selling the projects pre-baked? There's a way for you in the business, but without you having real clarity on who you bring to it, it's so much more frustrating, and you get lost and then you give up, which I don't want you to do.
Yeah.
And you know what? Just to be honest with you, I almost did as well. I started late buying rentals because I was scared. I thought that I had to be my father. I come from, this legendary flipper, and I find it stressful. And to be honest with you, I suck at it. I over-improve properties. I don't have the time. I'm too busy to manage those kind of projects. And I honestly don't enjoy it. It's stressful for me. And then I read the book, Building Wealth One House at a Time by John Schaub.
My favorite as well.
And I was just like, that's really it? One house, 10 years, pay them all off and you're done? And I did it in half that amount of time. So when you get clarity on who you bring to the party and then you chase the data, that's when the peanut butter happens. So chocolate, peanut butter, it's when the two merge, when it's beautiful and very
That's
tasty.
beautiful. Well, I'm a Reese's fan, so that totally works with me. And
Oh,
I couldn't agree more about knowing yourself, having that self-awareness first, because I find the same thing. Lots of people ask me questions, and it's always the lead is the strategy, the lead is the market and this technique and the burst strategy or whatever the latest thing is, right? And I was like, well, wait a minute, like, yeah, what is your approach? Like, how, are you an introvert, extrovert? I love that question. And what's your experience level? How much money do you have? I mean, those things are more important. And my message to them as well is like, there's always, always, always an opportunity. I don't care if it's like a high market, a low market. You might have to
exactly.
hustle a little bit more, but I mean, this is the land of opportunity. It really is. I mean, there's always going to be but you have to be nimble, and the data can help you with that too, to identify, okay, if I'm going to be a foreclosure investor, going to trustee sales right now or some other time, and that's not, maybe it's better or worse at certain times. So data can help you, but if you don't start with that awareness of what you're interested in, what you're passionate about, what you're good at, what kind of resources you have, you're kind of wasting your time. And so many people do that. They hit these dead ends over and over again.
Well, I think too, you fail faster too if you focus, and which is good. It's not bad to fail. Maybe you try a strategy, you don't like it, but when I'm talking to somebody and all of a sudden they're gonna chase subject to deals, but they're also doing a completely other different strategy. They're in too many markets. I'm just like, why are you doing that? You're spreading yourself really thin. You're not focused. You're gonna blow your marketing wad, and you're not even specific. When I talk nationally, there's two things that I do. I talk to them about competitor analysis. I actually show them what local flippers and iBuyers are doing, trying to recreate the buy box of, here's your competition. Your job is to figure out whether you're going to include them in your business, work around them, or compete in the same space. And then from there, we take the buy box, because success leaves clues. This is what the majority of the people are doing in your business. Let's just move that forward and see what kind of opportunities. And I pull the data and I start with, okay, here are the single family homes in a 5-mile radius. Here are the ones that are 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, this square footage. So I mimic the buy box. And then I'm like, let's only talk to people with 50% equity. And then let's only talk to people age 65. And then the numbers keep getting smaller and smaller. I'm like, now, if you get more diligent about really refining who you're talking to, you get to talk to those people like 10 times, where if you back up and you stop talking up here, you're going to send one mailer and you're probably not going to be able to afford to do it more than once. So data in these days is really important. And as small businesses, we can't afford not to get more savvy, because there's just a lot more competition. So you really have to understand what you're doing, or else I think you're just going to get frustrated and you'll lose, because there are a lot of people who get it.
Yeah. I hope you enjoyed that clip from my interview with Aaron Norris. If you'd like to hear the full interview, you can see a link below to my recent podcast episode. And I would love to hear from you in the comment section below. If you have any follow-up questions, you have any suggestions, you have any comments about the interview, always enjoy hearing from you. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to hit that subscribe button and the little bell so you don't miss anything. Every Friday morning, I have a new episode that comes out, and I think you'll enjoy some of those. And if you enjoyed this interview about the big picture of real estate investing, about data, about how to be a good real estate investor, I think you'll like my nitty-gritty real estate investing playlist, which you can see in the description below. It goes into just the practical side of real estate investing, things that you can apply and use in your real estate investing business right now. Thank you for watching Coach Carson TV today. My name is Chad Carson. You can call me Coach, and this channel is all about real estate investing, achieving financial independence, and doing more of what matters. See you next time.